Okay, so folks, for independent work today, I'm really going to give you guys a chance to get caught up with the work that some of you may be missing. I know a number of you have sent me messages saying that you're concerned about where your grade is at, that you're missing a few different things, and that you really need the time to make those things up. So I thought that the best use of time today for our independent work time would really be for students to get caught up on their work. So specifically today, what you want to be doing is you want to be looking back and you want to be looking at what you have in your grade book and what you have submitted. So really you want to be looking at assignments 1 through 9 that are on your screen right now. So we did the Do What and the TTQA practice worksheets. Those were independent work sessions from last week. As you can see by the blue lines right there indicated, I've received 3 of 19 in this group. So guys, we really need to step that up. That would be where we start. Then we want to look next, independent work. Last 2 weeks prior, 2 weeks ago, we had a 3-2-1 document. You had to watch the documentary Unbreakable on Malala, and you had to tell me 3 things you learned about her, 2 questions you had, and 1 opinion you had. So today I would start with those 2 worksheets because right now it looks as if more than half the class would receive zeros on those assignments. I've completely graded the 3-2-1, but I have not graded the Do What or TTQA practice yet, as it was just submitted last Thursday. In addition to that, you also want to go back in and you want to look, and you would know this better than I would. I'm in the process of putting Nearpod grades in, but at this point, you should have a number of Nearpod lessons in there. Specifically, you had a summarizing Nearpod lesson, you had your Do What Nearpod lesson, you had your TTQA or Turn the Question Around Nearpod lesson, and then those 3 lessons have not yet been graded, as most of them were from last week. I'm going to also be adding the question Nearpod to this list before you have class today. So you're going to see the question hook Nearpod come on here as well. I'm hoping to get grades entered, but it's an ongoing process. So you sort of have to check yourself and see, you know what you did and didn't do in these lessons, or whether or not you even were present when we did these lessons. But all of these lessons are on your Unified Classroom page. They're by the date, okay? So you always want to be opening up the assignment and looking at when it was assigned, because that will tell you which page it's on in your Unified Classroom. But basically you want to be going in, and there is a link for you to go to join.nearpod.com, and I put the code there. I also gave you a second option on all these Nearpod lessons to go back in and just click a link. Sometimes the link works, sometimes it doesn't. We know how Unified Classroom works. So these are really the work of what we've done the past few weeks, so you want to make sure you have that. In addition, at this point, I have completely graded your Malala's Magic Pencil Nearpod. That was literally from almost 3 weeks ago, so that's fully graded at this point. You want to see what you got for a grade on that. If you did it, great. If you didn't, you might want to go back in and take a look at that and get it done. Malala's Speech to the United Nations Nearpod, again, that was almost 4 weeks ago. That is fully graded. And then these last few grades, I wouldn't worry about them. At this point, if you have not done the quill writing assessment, you really need to get that done, as it is an assessment grade. And your iReady diagnostics should be done. If it's not done, then you need to reach out to me and we need to schedule that. But these are really what I want you working on today. Now, in the event that you have all these things, and I know that a few of you do, a few of you have been rock stars with your work this year, and I'm so thankful to you and so proud of you for all that you've done. It hasn't been easy in this digital world. But if you are all caught up, then my fallback, as always, is for you to go to Epic Books and to continue reading independently. So that goes for anyone when they finish their independent work. You always go to your Epic Books. The second thing I would say to you is that you can always go to the PDF that I sent you today in your class pages under the Communications tab. I sent you a PDF with a number of options for things that you could do after you finished your ANET test this morning. And those options are things like TurboType, iCivics, which causes you to become an activist and advocate for a cause. Perhaps you want to go into Girl Rising, an organization that was founded after Malala's work that tells the stories of girls' education, and you can watch some films and some speeches by girls around the country and around the world. So there's a number of options there for you, and I will link that onto our Unified Classroom page. But ultimately, today's independent work time is an opportunity for you to get caught up on your work. I will be in the meeting, in the Zoom meeting for a while to help you and answer any questions you have, but ultimately, you need to get right in and take advantage of every minute. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Get to work. You'll need to start by going to your Unified Classroom page, click on Progress, and pull the assignments that you see in front of you now up. Look at what you have, look at what you don't have, and hopefully by that point I will have updated a few more grades. Let me know if you need help. I'm here for you.